Hello, 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 everybody. Escape211 here. Weird time for streaming, but I just felt like trying it for this. Mostly just wanted to talk about today in this event. I don't know about you, but I've had maybe not the greatest day when seeing all this. But yeah, we're going to talk about this event. I want to hear some of your thoughts and discuss stuff and maybe answer some questions if I can help. I mean, I don't have really many answers, but yeah, we're gonna talk about this one. Miss Treble is with us. Hey, Miss Treble, how's it going? Or maybe she's not.
Hey guys.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah. Sorry, I was muted for a second.
Oh, okay, no problem. I am also gonna do because I didn't do this, I'm gonna do my loot rush, and we'll talk about that too. I'm sorry, my vault blitz. I still say loot rush a lot of times, so yeah, I forget about it. But yeah, it's been an interesting day. Hope you're all doing well. I'm just peeking over at some people in chat. They already started asking some questions, and Miss Treble helped them out. Thank you. So there's Lyle and Selva Heron. I'm trying to look at the names. Stormy, Warlord, hello. Yep. Everyone's just starting to say hi. Rav, Royal, Kartik. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, so my main focus for this one, I wasn't really planning on playing games, but I don't know. We'll see. I was really just going to do a short one, and I tried to start a little bit later if it helped for some people, but just a short one to talk about this event. Now, a lot of you have probably seen it. I don't know. I don't know what you guys generally think. Do you think this is a good event, bad event? Miss Treble, I don't know if you can do a poll or if that was just me. I actually saw that I can do polls, and I haven't done any before, so...
It's just you.
Just me? Yeah, I'm just going to ask you guys what you think. Is this a good event? Just a yes or no. I should say, is this new event Crate Rush a good event? We'll see how that goes. I've never actually tried doing a poll on a live, but I thought it might be interesting to try it and see what kind of responses you get.
All right, so Bag of Soup says, new event is amazing. I love blueprints I don't need.
Right? Yeah. There's some logic, I think, behind why this event is happening, and that's what I want to talk about and get what you guys think. I think a lot of people don't love the idea of this event. Totally understand. I will say I am also in the no category. I was like... I have to say, when I woke up this morning and I saw both of these, tabs as new, I was like, sweet, the Vault Blitz is back, and even more sweet, a new event is coming. And for me, probably like most of you, thought, like, let's see what the new disc launcher is, or let's see what the new whatever weapon we're going to get is, maybe one of the other Easter egg weapons, and was totally bummed out that none of that is in here, and even then just totally confused as to what this event is. So, yeah, I want to talk about this. Some people were asking for shout-outs. I missed who? But yeah. Samuel Khan asked for a shout-out. Why does the... Oh, yeah, and Bawazakin? I don't know if I can say that right. Why does the Crate Rush cost 8 coins? Excellent question. I don't know. They, I think, are trying something new. Excuse me. Just had a weird thing in my throat. I don't know exactly why they're doing this, why they don't use the event tokens, but it's interesting. Yeah. Lyle's asking me, Escape, decide which is better, Miss Iraq 6 or Miss Iraq 8. No question, Miss Iraq 8, hands down. Better weapon, for sure. Yeah. All right. I'm going to try to go back to this and see if we can follow it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this event in general for some of you who are newer players, whether you're here on the stream or you're watching it later, if you just want to check it out then. And Miss Treble, if you want to try to catch some questions and then maybe I can answer them after I go over this stuff. There's probably going to be a lot though, so I'm sorry. So yeah, when we see this, first of all, there is no new weapon, no new mech, no new anything. This is all blueprints. And they do have, the new disc launcher blueprints in there, but if you didn't get the disc launcher, that's kind of a bummer to get, right? And then they have the keys and the 8 coins. So you know, it's interesting that they're doing this. If there's nothing new to put in here and the whole gacha system is just about like the general gacha, why do it? Maybe they thought that the value from the last one, aside from the newness of the disc launcher, was interesting to see, and they wanted to try something else. So, I mean, if you look at this, though, opening one, and I'm not going to open one. I refuse to open any of this, so don't expect me to open one. I'll go through my my Vault Blitz, but if you look at each of these individually, the value is technically there, right? So 22 exotic blueprints. Exotic blueprints are 48 A-coins a piece. So when you multiply that, I don't have a calculator in my hand, but I think it's around 1,000. So it's worth about, the value of these 22 blueprints is about 1,000 A-coins. And when you actually look at the value of each of these items that are in here, the value that is there for each of them is either 600 A-coins or higher. All right. So that alone like makes people think, all right, you know, so there's better value in this than what you're getting for the spin, which is true. But if you get something you're not going to use, it's completely garbage. All right. Whether you're, let's say you're a long-standing player, okay, and you do a spin and you get something like Panther, what I'm on right now. Most long-standing players have either maxed or are super close to maxing Panther. And, you know, if you're super close, sure, this is helpful. But if you already have it maxed, this is completely worthless to you. Or if you're a long-standing player, getting something like Arachnos or maybe Paragon or possibly Juggernaut. Some people are going to max Juggernaut, but those kind of things don't have immediate value to you, or pretty much not much value at all. I mean, unless you're a person who cares about maxing everything, then you might have some benefit out of that. Some of these other ones, like these three up on the top, are pretty good value, but, you know, it depends on if you use those, if it's already maxed out, and, you know, if you're working on that one. So for new players, it's almost the opposite in the sense that you are going to have a lot of value out of these two. You might find some value out of Arachnos, you might find some value out of these, you know, but you probably don't have a Zephyr yet. So, you know, that's probably too high reaching. And for everybody, unless you got lucky, you won't have the disc launcher rate. So there's just not a point in getting that. And the whole issue is, especially for new players, even if you can find value in any of these items you get because you don't have much in your hangar, you are spending 500 A-coins as opposed to using that 500 A-coins to get something important on the progress path. For instance, the Javelin Rack 6, I think, is 625 or 675 A-coins. All right, that's pretty darn close to a pull on this. And I would say in any situation, it's better for you to get that weapon than to get some of these blueprints. Maybe some of these blueprints would be helpful for an upgrade, maybe the Guardian one as well, because those are really common early ones that you want to invest into for sure. But I mean, spending the 500 A-coins on that instead of immediately getting something that's going to help you right away, especially a weapon like the Javelin 6s that are really useful early game, it's just no contest to me. I just don't think there's enough value early game or late game, really anywhere in the game, for this to say it is worth getting, right? So why do they even have this event? That's the main question. Most people are saying this thing is garbage. If I look at my poll, I don't know how many people, hang on, I'm trying to go back up now to see. I don't know how many people have, okay, so out of 123 votes, you guys probably already see this, 71% say no, they don't like this event. So pretty much everyone who's here is in agreement, this event sucks. And I would agree with you on that too. No desire for this event. So I think part of the reason they do events like these, though, is just to see what the community wants to get metrics and that kind of stuff. So my hope is at the very least that this kind of event they will see the metrics on and then not do again, as long as people do not buy it. So if you're a person who doesn't know much about this event, not sure if you should get it, no, just don't. Like, don't waste your resources on it. Don't get it. I would rather them get poor or next to no metrics out of this so that they don't do it again. That's what I'm hoping. I don't know for sure what their goal is with this one, but it's probably just to get us to expound resources, spend money, more gacha, just a way to make profit, which is understandable. I mean, developers like this have to make a profit. They have to create events and things that will make a profit. Like, for example, when we had the Deathmatch Mania, a lot of people don't like that because you have to make an in-game purchase. But if you're a pocket change player, it's easy to spend 99 cents, get some A coins, and then get a nice chunk of 300 A coins along with that. So for that kind of a player, that can make sense. For a free-to-play player, it's not, because you're not going to make an in-game purchase. But there's still value in an event like that to have like once a week, if you can get people to just spend a buck here or there. That makes sense for them to have regular revenue from mid-level players. But an event like this, I just don't get who it's targeting. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me overall. I think the intent is new players, but it's just not there. But on top of that, this was the other big bummer. After seeing this, that just also, like, ruined my day, right? I go into Loot Rush, and yeah, I'm sorry, I go into Vault Blitz. I still call it Loot Rush a lot of times. I go into the Vault Blitz, and yeah, just look at that top. There's just way too many credits up there. And if you're a new player, you can probably look at one of my previous videos if you're curious. I won't go into it too long term here, but I have one that's called how to get more A coins out of Loot Rush, or Vault Blitz again. If they continue to do this like this, that video is going to be completely useless. But the whole point in that is to try and clear out all of your rare skins. I have a few skins here that are exotics, but once you clear out all the rare skins, that 30 mark, that's 10,000 credits, and the 225 mark on the top bar, both of those would be A coins, and together that would be 400 A coins. The one at 350 stays at 400, and if you clear out all the exotics, I have confirmed from somebody that that last one, which I have as Zephyr there right now, this guy, would be A coins as well. It would be 400 A coins. But, I mean, you're still taking out 400 worth of A coins that people have worked hard to clear out all their rares to be able to get the benefit of that, and now they're only getting credits, and not a whole lot of credits in my opinion. Not credits of maybe it's close to similar value. I don't know. I actually don't know how the transfer is at that low amount of 35,000 credits versus like 400 A coins. I don't think it's equivalent though. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. This is all this is not a huge thing for me. I mean, not a great thing for me. My hope is that because they're doing the other event in conjunction with this, they took A coins out of this so that it didn't mess with their metrics for the other one of just like any random A coins. Because if people are getting A coins from this that would have spent money on the other event crate rush that's going on right now, it could mess up their metrics to see like if people are spending more A coins out of regular pocket as opposed to getting it from this event. So my hope is that it will go back to normal the next time we have one of these Vault Blitzes. But if it's going to be like this, that's just such a huge bummer. That really sucks. And to top it all off, man, if you go on the progress path, I'm not going to do it here, but there's no Disc Launcher 8, there's no Arachnos, which means that seemingly, for however long they plan to do this event, it's just going to keep going on. And there's just going to be, you know, we're going to have to wait until the whole event stretch is over. I don't know how long that's going to be. Maybe until next month. I don't know. Or mid next month or something. And then those things will end up in the progress path. But yeah, it is just so many things right now. Not a huge fan. So that's all my beefs right now. And I've said a lot. So I feel like I need to either take questions or hear anything that maybe Miss Treble wants me to talk about. I know she's been answering other people questions and asking people to give me a second, and she's writing down questions. Oh man, she's great. I don't know how she handles all this, but yeah. Anyway, yes, Miss Treble, if you have any that you can have me work on here, questions.
Yeah, I have a few questions here.
Okay.
Most of them aren't really related to this. They're just, you know, taking advantage of your expertise, which, you know, why wouldn't they? So, Sebastian is asking, is Shadow good?
Shadow is good. I actually did an Is It Good video for it a long time ago, where I said I didn't think it was that great. Shadow, and this is kind of true of all the light mechs, they're good mechs, but they are expensive to invest into. And for most people that are new players, I would suggest waiting on investing in any of them until you have like your regular core mechs. Because if you start investing into a light mech, it'll be good and fun and you'll probably enjoy it, but it's not going to compete as well against some of those other like top tier mechs and other kind of stuff right away. And it means you're going to end up behind other people who have spent their resources on those things when you spent all yours on these more expensive light mechs. I like Lancer, I like Shadow, MD. I don't really like Cheetah, but of the light mechs, those three are really fun. I think when they're maxed in end game, they have some good potential for, you know, if those who pilot them well, but I think it's a hard one to invest into, and it's decently expensive to even unlock. So one that I think you can kind of put a pin in, and I think I said that with the new progress path in a much shorter version than what I said now, but overall, yeah, good mech. All right, next question. That was long.
Funny Boy is asking, when will Free For All come?
Good question. No idea. Haven't been told. All we saw about it was in the vlog, and it was only teased. Usually once they start showing like more screenshots or do little promo teaser videos, that's when we're getting close and when it'll probably come out in the next update. Since we haven't seen any of that kind of stuff yet, I don't know. I would hope that it can come in the next update. I'd hope they're close, but honestly, I have no idea how close that is, so I can't tell you. Sorry. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Yeah. Ayan is asking, is Zephyr good or should I buy Cheetah?
Definitely Zephyr. Hands down. Hands down in that one. Yeah.
Hands down.
Zephyr is amazing. Some might consider him top 3. If he's not top 3, he's like 4th or 5th mech in the game. And as much as I like the idea of Cheetah as a fun mech, he's just not necessary in a lot of ways. I do an Is a Good video for him, and I talk about why I don't like him. So yeah, I would go for Zephyr for sure. Next one.
Okay, next question.
Yeah.
Selvaharan Siva.
I tried to say that one, so that was a tough one, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Selvaharan Siva. Better is Rocket Mortar 12 and Javelin Rack 4 better, or Rocket Mortar 10 and Javelin Rack 6?
Ah, okay. Yeah, I think talked about this very briefly in my Arachnos Best Loadouts video, because in that one, I said one of his better loadouts at 16 was Rocket Mortar 12 with Javelin 4, just because your Rocket Mortars in these kind of builds, because they're higher caliber and because of how the weapon works, it's probably going to be doing more of the heavy lifting in that build set for most instances. And for a lot of people, the Rocket Mortar 12 is the one to get and invest into for the dual copy. So if that weapon is going to be doing more of the heavy lifting in either one of those builds, you'd want that one to be the higher caliber in my opinion. So I would say the Rocket Mortar 12 and the Javelin 4 over the Rocket Mortar 10 and the Javelin 6. However, if you have both the Rocket Mortar 10 and the 12 and they're at like base level and you have the Javelin 6 and you've upgraded it, then yeah, I could see where the 6 and the 10 might work temporarily. But I think as you start upgrading the 12 like most do, the 12 and the 4 will be better. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lyle wants to know which is the best mech for Missile Rack 6, Ares or Guardian?
For Missile Rack 6, Ares or Guardian? With Missile Rack 6, I would say Ares. Because once you get Guardian, he's already at 16 energy. So I would typically put on like a Missile Rack 8. Not that you can't do a Missile Rack 6 on him, and he would probably make decent use out of it, but I think Ares, because he comes out right after, I think on the progress path now, I could check that. I think he comes a little bit after the Missile Rack 6. So if you got the Missile Rack 6, it might work better on him based on when you get both of them early on. I don't think it's going to last you for too long, but it's not too bad. Oh, okay. So actually it's in between both of them. So then there's that and the other one. No Mercy guys are doing custom matches tonight. They're trying to grab me while I'm on the stream. I told them I was on the stream, but they just want to be on it, I think, just for fun. Yeah, so I would say it makes more sense on Ares, given when you get him at 12 energy, and it just fits perfectly with Mr. X6. So that would be my, like, intuitive decision between the two that I would pick.
All right, good. Alex Tuska asks, should I max my Arc Torrent 6?
I don't think so. Just because 6 energy weapons are not going to last you long term. If you're a person who spends money, though, and you're using it right now, sure, you could do it. But I think for most people who don't spend money or who are trying to get the most like long term out of their weapons, 6 energy weapons don't last you very long. And though the Arc Torrent 6 isn't awful, I don't think it's gonna last you that long. I think it's better to like max out an Arc Torrent 10 for when you get that, because you'll get the dual copy and it's really useful end game. I usually have it in my hangar. Actually, I do right now. I have it on Killshot. I usually have it on Killshot and Zephyr, but I was doing different Zephyr builds for a video, so mine is a little different right now. But yeah, I would caution against it for most people.
Okay, so Cobra YT is asking, why is your XP only 4K? Are you pay to win?
Oh no.
You want to explain that?
So if you look at mine right now, good question. Oh, excuse me. Good question. If you don't know this, oh no, there goes my camera. I'll bring up my progress path while I try and fix this. If you see right now, I'm on the random reward slot, and on the random reward slot, it starts functioning differently. I've already maxed out my XP, but it just shows me the XP of just the random reward slot. I don't know exactly why it does that. Maybe because they figure that would be easier for players to see at a glance from their bay, to know if they're close to 6,400 rather than trying to add it on to, you know, the 326k. So it's just the way they show it. What happens is it goes from 0 up to 6,400, then it cycles back to 0 again, and it just keeps going back and forth, which is really nice. They used to give us nothing as players who had finished the progress path, so to have some kind of value in the XP we get is cool. So the rewards you get out of that too, if you guys have never seen it, are just random. You know, I mostly get the tournament tickets out of it, which I don't need, but you know, it's still cool that you can get some other rewards out of it. Not bad. All right.
Yeah. Let's see. So Mech X is asking, will we get Disc Launcher to pay? Well, will it cost credits or A coins after events is over?
Gotcha. I don't know for sure, but I do know that when we saw the sneak peek shots of it, when they were showing it on, I think it was just in one of the last vlogs, or it was in the, was it in the Paragon? Maybe it was the Paragon Mech Spotlight.
Yeah, the Paragon.
Yeah, I couldn't remember
yep.
which one it was, because both of them had a little bit of disc launcher in it, but the Paragon one actually showed him cycling through it on one of these screens, and when he cycled over it, whoever the player was, he, she, whoever, it showed that it was 800,000 something credits. So if that is correct, then that's what we can expect from it, which, you know, I think is on par when you look at some of these. If you were to transfer certain A coins into credits for certain weapons, it actually sounds like it could be a little cheaper than something like the carbines, but you know, it wasn't too bad. I thought it was not a bad idea or price for it, especially considering, you know, some people find the disc launcher is a little lackluster in the 8 category. But yeah, I don't know how other people think, but I think the damage has been a little bit low. But anyway, yeah, that's, I guess, the best answer I can give for that one.
Yeah. All right. So, speaking of that free-for-all, Charlie K is asking, how do you think a free-for-all would change the game? Because a lot of people don't play with other players already. Yeah,
it really depends. So there's a lot of different thoughts I could say for this. I'll try not to say all of them. First of all, it depends on how big a deal they make free-for-all. When they came out with 5v5 and 2v2, the idea was cool, but you only really ever go into those when you need them for events. Not many people use 2v2 especially. They made special, you know, really cool maps for it. It has its own arena size and everything, but just not a lot of people use 2v2. However, I will say that now, since the game has gone global, a lot of the newer players are using all modes. I actually, on my baby account, I hit players in every match, whether I'm doing, you know, CPC, tourney, 5v5, 2v2, there are always other players in every match, which is really encouraging because on this account, I get all AI a lot more if I drop solo. So my hope is that, you know, as the long-standing player base and the newer players just start to catch up and meet in the middle, things like free-for-all will be all players, and that'll be a lot of fun. And hopefully they'll have more events centered around it, so it'll be good. But yeah, that's my overall thought. I mean, I have other thoughts probably related to like how that kind of mode could work for the game, but I don't want to take too much longer on the question.
Yeah. Austin and the Crazy Kid is asking, can you please ask the creators of the game to add second copies back?
Oh, I have. Trust me, all of us partners have talked to them about it. When we first lost or were told about it, everybody was super resistant. Now I feel there's good and bad. I think like everybody else, you get used to this style of play. Everyone I've talked to, though, misses their second kill shot. Of course, that one is a huge one. Seconds of other ones are a huge loss too, but kill shot is what most people feel. But I don't think they're going to be changing that. I think they don't want to have copies of any mechs in the game. So it's a bummer, but that's the way it is. Yeah.
Okay, so a few people are asking if you're going to play.
Yeah, I know. You asked me about doing that. Oh, maybe I should, just a few, just because everybody is asking. Yeah, I don't know. I actually was just going to talk on this one, just because I wanted to talk about the event. I actually was going to do a video, and then Miss Treble said, why don't you make it a conversation and make it simple and just do a live? And I said, hey, that sounds like a fun idea, so let's do that. But yeah, that makes sense. I understand people will want to play. I could try doing a few. Should I do like custom matches? I probably should. Yeah, because I don't think I can easily invite people otherwise. But we could do some custom matches. Yeah. Should I do like challenges? No, probably not. I don't think we have any idea for challenges right now. But let's not make it overly complicated. We'll just do some
simple tonight.
Yeah, we'll just do some customs. So, just so you guys know too, if you haven't done a live stream before, we are gonna. I'm gonna be giving out the code, and we're just gonna do full hangers. I'll give out the code, but what you will want to do when I give out the code is hit this battle button down here, hit the custom code in the bottom corner, or custom match in the bottom corner, and then enter the match ID right where it says it there. Enter match ID, and then hit the join. All right. So when I give you the code, I'll say it and I'll put it in chat. That is what you want to put in. All right. So I'm going to get ready and we're going to do one. We'll go. All right. And then if Miss Trouble, if you get some other good questions you want me to answer while we play, we can do that too. All right.
Yep.
All right. Here is our first room code. We got AMD CPW. AMD CPW. And for this, we're going to try, I don't know how easy it'll be, but we're going to try to control this so that like everybody gets to play one. Just because we got still a decent amount of people here. I'll have to shuffle this, I think. That's a little better. Dang, yeah, it's going to be tough though. Maybe I can get. I think that's fair. I don't know. I don't care. I'll give it a shot. Doesn't matter to me. It's hard. We got a few people in 3K and then 2 that are 4K and then everybody in between. So we'll go with this. We'll give it a shot. Yeah, Miss Trouble, if you have questions. Oh no, I didn't switch my hand from before, but we'll go with it.
So,
all right, sorry. Yeah, if you do, go ahead.
Mazek, I don't know how to say this. Mazel
Tov.
K-roll, Mazakarol. I don't know. Is it worth investing in Redux?
No, I don't think so. Oh, Butter Dash. That was crazy.
Okay.
Quite the Butter Dash there.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Escape Chasm is a good video
Yeah.
on Redux, so go watch it. Check it out.
Yeah,
and
I don't
it
think
will
it's good.
explain his answer in more detail. All right, so Royal Kartik says, which weapon gives the highest damage after maxing it?
I don't know actually, and certainly not offhand. Oh gosh, this is way too many people over here. This is just.
Do you
a
know
bad
Royal
idea.
Kartik? Was this a trick question?
Yeah, I don't know the
Let
answer to
us
that
know
one.
if you know. I bet Mayor knows.
Yeah, I don't know offhand. So I couldn't answer that one for you. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, so Lyle Dustin has a couple simple ones. Cheetah or Redox?
Oh gosh, that is a pretty good question because I don't really like either. I guess if I had to, I would go Redox just because it can, get more energy there. So
Yeah.
that's more beneficial.
And
in that sense.
second, Zephyr or Shadow?
A second Zephyr or Shadow? Like if I had a second?
his second question.
Oh, his second question. All right, sorry.
Zephyr or Shadow?
I would say Zephyr.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess that wasn't too obvious. I mean, that wasn't too hard of a question. I probably should have known the answer to that one right away.
So I'm seeing a lot of these, like Manju Gang War said, is Missile Rack 6 good on kill shot?
Is what?
Missile Rack
6 good on kill shot?
good on kill shot.
Okay.
I mean, if you're only 12 energy.
I can't kill you both. I'm gonna die to one of you. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, a disc launcher.
All right. So that question,
Yes?
Missile Rack 6 on kill shot?
It's not bad.
Okay.
I don't know what else you want me to say. I don't really use it much. So
I never know if you're gonna keep talking or not.
I just didn't
all.
hear you on that one. Sorry.
Oh, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think you like came through. I just I don't know if it didn't register or what it was, but
You were playing.
yeah. It's hard to focus and talk at the same time.
Yeah, it's not exactly easy to
No, it's not.
try to focus and get asked all these questions that you have to think about.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Okay, guys, if you're going to ask a question that involves Cheetah, it's pretty much always going to be the other mech that's better. Just letting you know.
A lot of people really want Cheetah to be good. It's just, I'm sorry. I don't think it is. That's just my opinion.
Himizzy is asking Guardian or Cheetah. It's obviously Guardian.
Yeah, Guardian.
Cheetah's a fun mech. He's fun to play with. It's fun to shoot those mines at people right in their faces and stuff. But he's just not very.
Yeah. Sorry.
He's not very powerful.
Bag of Soup said, "What's better, Cheetah or Cheetos?" Cheetos. I'd rather have Cheetos. I'm sorry.
We're a fan of Cheetos in this house.
We are.
All right, let's see. Amkar Gupta is asking, should I upgrade kill shot and carbine?
Should you upgrade kill shot and carbine?
I don't know. That's what they say. Yeah, do it. Why not?
Yeah. Well, I mean, kill shot definitely depends on which carbine. I would say. I mean, I think carbine 12 worth taking all the way to end game. Carbine 8 is good when you first get it. Carbine 10 is somewhere in the middle. So, because it actually.
All right, go ahead and do the next code.
I was trying to answer it first. All right, here's the next code. If you did play, please sit out so other people can play. All right. So next one, here we go. AJK JPH. AJK JPH. How long is this live stream going to be? Somebody asked me. I don't know.
That's a good question.
Probably not too much longer. I really was just doing it to talk, but people wanted to play, so I understand. Austin, I believe, was in the last one, right? I don't know if you're keeping a list. I'm sorry. You're trying to answer questions, so.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Austin was in the last one.
Sorry, Austin. Sorry.
Oh, Mix fan. Hey.
Oh, cool. Nice, buddy. Glad you're here.
Yeah, Mix fan also did a nice video about this topic and how disappointed we all are in it.
Yeah, he did a video too, sharing pretty similar thoughts, but you can check out his too for sure. Yeah, somebody asked, what do you think about a mech with an ability to deploy a droid? Interesting. I actually thought that Spider Mech would have a little bit more involvement in the mech moving around, but some kind of droid would be cool. I don't know how involved you'd want that to be, but it's an interesting thought. Okay. Anyone else? Was there any other concerns for people that we need to take out? Are we good?
Nope, you're good.
Okay. I think the other team, I think this isn't too bad. I'm obviously going to make it weird on this one, but I'm going to try it. We'll see. I don't know what to pick. Oop. Thought he was going to move the other way. Nice. Oop, my bad on that shot. Oop, bad shot that one. Gosh, another one. Any other questions, Miss Trouble? To throw me off while I play?
133 official is asking, when will Skate be streaming on his baby account?
Oh, I thought about doing that for this one, possibly.
Yeah, he almost did it tonight, actually.
I did. I mean, I might just do one just to, like... I actually was talking about this with quite a few other people, just the idea that the... because there's so many players playing early game, I also kind of said it earlier, because there's so many players, just the idea of getting early players is just so more frequent, and or getting players period in a match is just so more frequent. So I think it's just really nice to get that many people all the time, and I don't know, I was really impressed with how many people came up, because a lot of us complain about matchmaking, and we think that because we've seen so many bots, it's just always going to be that way, but it wasn't the case for that. So, yeah. I got too overconfident
let's
there.
see.
I just popped out.
I think this is Kronos. What's better, salt and vinegar chips or Cool Ranch?
I like salt and vinegar chips better. Cool Ranch, no thank you. Sorry. Oh gosh, that
let's
hit my way.
see.
Yeah.
I've gotten a few questions about Ares. Justin Kyle Magaling is asking what loadout is good for an Ares mid-game.
What loadout is good for an Ares mid-game? Yes. It depends on what energy you're at. If you're talking 16 energy, then that is I have liked doing the missile racks, but not everybody does that, especially if you're putting them on your kill shot. So maybe a pulse cannon. Long arm 8s also works really well on it. I like doing that. So that might be another option for some people. Not really hitting anyone here. Probably need to change my position. Actually, I should get closer.
So Gamer Genix is asking, should I purchase Guardian or Rocket Mortar 12?
Guardian. Well, I mean, both are great to get. I think Guardian is better to get primarily. I think that you're going to want to get the Rocket Mortar 12, I'm guessing, but I don't know. All right. Nice. Lyle Dustin said, Scape, you left me. Were you in that last match? And I left you? What happened? I don't know which one you are, your in-game name, but he said I left you. Sorry. I don't know what that means. Trig, you saying not hitting anything, I get a double kill. I was hitting nothing for a while. I mean, that's another thing I've realized as I played Rocket Mortars, because I don't play them much at all, and I've started to kind of recently. You know, obviously you want to be at certain distances, even though it works super far away, you want to be as close as possible to be able to, you know, have your missiles hit as soon as possible. The longer they're airborne, the more time the other people have to react. Even though they do more damage, the further away they go based on their what their ability says, you're probably not going to hit your target. So, yeah. I've thought eventually about doing videos on how to use like rocket mortars and javelins, but it's hard to get the footage I want for it, and it's just hard to sit down and do it, especially for the rocket mortars. So. Oh no, Nara just said that thank you for the super chat. She said that they did waste some money on the new event. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, and I didn't say that. That is a very good point. This does not give you the disc launcher. If you get those blueprints, you don't get the disc launcher. You are just getting blueprints for it. So eventually when you do get it, that'll be handy. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, it stinks. And I don't think that that's necessarily clear, even though I think it is, you know, possibly the case. But yeah, that was, I think some people thought that, and I can understand why you'd think that, but you will not get it, unfortunately. And I wish they put it in this. I feel like it makes sense for them to put it in this if you're going to put blueprints in it as well, especially for those that didn't get it on the first turn, and it makes sense. But I guess that their thinking is, well, what if you already did get it and you roll the disc launcher, then you'd get the same thing you already have? I don't know. I'm not sure what the thought process is there, but I think it was pretty bad. All right. I could probably just do a couple more, and then I don't want to take too long on doing this, but all right. I'll set up another match, and then Miss Treble, if you want to give me a couple more questions, you can. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's the code for this one. AKC RMH. AKC RMH. There we go. So I've seen a few people on here with, it looked like the clan tag V number 1. So Tom and BNK in there. I don't know if you're in the group chat, but what does your clan tag stand for? I've been seeing a lot more clans, which is awesome. So happy to see that. But that was one that was new to me, at least. So cool to have you guys here. Absolutely. This is probably not bad, because that way the 3K players on the other side. All right. Here we go. We're just going to go with this. I think that's good. Okay. Miss Treble, if you have other questions, or any you can.
Yeah,
right now,
Warlord.
Sure, go ahead.
Warlord is asking, what's your opinion on Paragon? Because he's been upgrading him recently, and he's pretty fun, and he's much better than he thought he would be.
Yeah, Paragon is not like a bad mech. He is fun, like you said. And I think with certain builds and certain stuff, he's actually kind of cool. But I don't think he's that great long-term. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say not great long-term, but he's not as good as some other mechs for a lot of people. So, yeah. Oh, man, you know what? I think Tom was in before.
Yes, I just saw that too.
I didn't notice that he was. Sorry.
I'm writing it down. I was answering a question instead of looking at the new names. You guys should know better. Don't join again if you've played already. Please. And thank you.
Yeah, I'm getting triple team now.
Okay, so Johnny Barnett wants to know, what would you say is the best flex loadout for a 24 energy Panther?
For a 24 energy Panther?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. I think I still think Thanos is pretty solid at that amount. Oh, okay. What's going on here? We're both getting stuck. This is bad. All right. This is not going well.
Hey, we got a new super chat. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
From Bokaj. Do you think Javelin Rack 8s will be good on a rank 4 kill shot when they come out?
Do I think...
Sorry.
What was that?
Were you finished answering the first question?
No, that's okay. I was fine with it.
Okay,
This person really wants to kill me.
So, do you think the Javelin Rack 8s will be good on a rank 4 kill shot when they come out?
Okay, everybody's pushing me around. This is not working. I think that they'll be decent. I don't know, though, to be honest.
Well, they should be better than Javelin Rack 6s.
Yeah. It's not that they'll be bad. I just think that it's not going to be the ideal one for this. Okay. We can't all just crowd in here. It's not working here.
But if you're still using Javelin Rack 6s on your kill shot,
yeah,
then you're going to enjoy it. Okay, so Jen Valentine has a good question. Generally speaking, which are better deals? The item-specific flash sales or the Prodigy crates with the credits and A-coins?
The what?
The flash sales, the item-specific flash sales, or the Prodigy crates with credits and A-coins?
The product-specific flash sales or the Prodigy crates? Oh, honestly, I don't really buy a whole lot of either, so I don't really know what to tell you on that. Hang on. Let me go look at some, because I don't even know what some of them look like. Okay, so you mean the Prodigy crate that's just like usually 500 A-coins, right?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that usually is good. It depends on what your flash sale is. I mean, Flash deals are different for everybody. They tailor them to you, so I don't really know which one is going to be good without telling you for sure. So yeah, hard for me to say. There are some flash deals that some people get that are definitely worth it. Other ones, not so much. Oh, those are all the ones I had already. Okay.
So Bag of Soup actually has a serious question. Steve, are you seeing torrent chain damage at all right now? He says, I had 2 mechs almost touching each other, and the second mech took no damage.
No, I don't really see it. I honestly, ever since when the weapon first came out, I would see some torrent chain damage, but not a ton. So I don't know. I don't think there is a whole lot to it. If there is even, I just don't see it, period. Like when I hit a target, it'll have the little lightning over top of the target I hit. So it still seems like it's actually in-game and active, but it never actually works. And there goes my camera again. It's doing something weird. So I'm going to fix that. So I don't know why it doesn't work, but it doesn't seem to work. Or at least it doesn't for me. I don't know. All right, we're going to set up another one here. I think this might be the last one. It's hard to think and play at the same time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
especially
here's the
when
room
it's
code.
late at night.
ALOVEE. Somebody asked me if I played War Robots. Yes, I did. I did before. Mm-hmm.
And actually, guys, we are working on getting the Q&A together. We had to go buy a microphone so that we could be in the same room at the same time, because when we do this stuff, we wear headsets, and when you have 2 mics, it just echoes. So anyway, we had to go figure some stuff out so that we could work on the Q&A.
Good joke
that's
there.
coming.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
What? I was just telling them that it's coming. We'll be answering some of these kinds of questions. Well, personal questions like that in the Q&A.
Yeah. Warlord just said the arc chain damage is like your webcam. It only works sometimes, or only sometimes works. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix this thing. I've tried to look into it before. I can't figure it out. So I've kind of given up on it, and I'm just living with it right now because I don't have anything else better. So sorry. You guys don't need to see my face anyway, so it's all right. Anyone who has been in here yet?
Apollo. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Sorry, Apollo. Is that good?
I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm just going to hit the go. Okay, can't all go the same way. It's a bad idea. It's my issue. When players don't leave me an exit strategy, it creates a problem. Guys, move. didn't pick the right target there. I don't know if that can fit in there. I guess not. Just curious. Oh, just got that in. Keep having people that are behind me and I can't walk back. It's tough. Makes it really hard.
Franco Miguel Fernandez wants to know. He really wants to know. Sorry,
really wants to know. He doesn't just want to know.
Missed his question, so he's asked it many times. Scape, what do you think about mixing abilities, and would you think it's overpowered? An example would be the spider turret plus the MD ability.
We technically already have a mech that's kind of like that. Surge mixes Zephyr and Killshot's ability. A lot of people thought it might be overpowered, but it actually has been, I think, quite balanced. It's a mech that, given all its other stats, it's kind of like a questionable mech, but it's pretty solid in overall, like fitting in with the game. I do think it's like more of a fringe use mech. Like I said, it has potential. It's high skill. It's hard to use. It's also really expensive. I think it's the most expensive mech in the game. So it shows the price tag of mixing those things together. But yeah, it's a costly one for sure. But it's doable. I mean, what was the one you said? Like the spider mech and what else? Combining what
MD's ability.
Okay, so would the spider mech shoot and heal? Like if it did, that would be kind of cool.
Its turret, and then
the turret
also have a healing ability.
Well, I mean, because we only have one active ability button, would it mean you have two separate buttons, or would it be like when you place the turret, it can shoot and heal? Because that would be interesting. Honestly, I'd like if that was a buff for Arachnos, that'd be really interesting. I feel like Arachnos is lacking something higher on in the game, so yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's impossible, because we've kind of already seen that. But yeah, is my point, I guess, in answering that question.
Yeah, but would that be a good thing? Would it be too OP or
I don't think
what?
it is, because if you're setting down the turret and it works almost like a totem or whatever, like it does in other kinds of games like that, it would be a spot where everyone's going to crowd around to heal, and also one where like it's susceptible to, you know, grouped fire or rocket mortars or something like that. So I think it would have counterplay. I don't think it would be too OP.
That's just one specific example. I mean, like his question in general, mixing abilities or mechs having 2 abilities.
Having 2 abilities might be, I mean, we haven't had that in the game, so it's hard for me to say. I will say, what worries me is if we start adding too many extra abilities or other things, then it starts to be similar to War Robots, right? Where they have pilots and drones, and it gives all of these different mechs, well, for them, I don't know if you call them mechs, bots, whatever, but all of them like these extra abilities. And then it's like everything is the same almost, because everything can do kind of the same things everything else can do. So that gets a little worrisome, and I don't know if we want to go down that road. Then it can get too OP. But I think if it's a single ability that's like a blend of 2 other abilities, like Surge is, if they balance it right, I think it's doable. Yeah. All right. Oh, Miss Trouble, what should I do here? Should I do one more and answer some questions, or just call it done?
It's up to you.
Okay, I can do one more. This will be my last one.
All right.
And then we'll call it a done deal. What was the last one? Was that that was a 5v5, so we'll do CPC. All right, this one is ADJ JLL. ADJ JLL. There we go. TTR DP Gaming said Paragon and autocannon, please. Meaning, like, you want me to play that? Oof. I wasn't going to do any of the specific ones tonight. But... So I think we had Legend in before, correct? The V #1 Legend?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, buddy.
Match.
So did they happen to say what clan that is?
V #1?
Yeah, I know. I can see Fu Wang, who is Tom. Hey, Tom, is asking, is Brick House worth it to buy cash? But I can answer that in a minute.
I think they were on Facebook. I think they might be from Vietnam.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yeah, let me know if that's right in the comments, guys.
Awesome.
But I think it's a Vietnamese clan.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I should probably do another one. Another shuffle. I think that's a little better. I think. Yeah. Okay. Did I miss anything important in here? No. Everybody in here is okay, right? For playing? I don't think any of these were copies.
I think so. I was just looking it over,
Okay.
but I think it looks good.
Sorry. Okay, I was looking at chat. All right, we're gonna do this one. This will be the last match, but yeah, if you have questions that we haven't gotten to, you can ask some of those if you'd like.
3, 2, 1, go.
Move. Go. Guys. I couldn't move behind you. And that's problematic.
So Justin Kyle Magaling is asking, Escape, what's better against shielded mechs? Sustained or burst damage weapons?
I can't move if you guys are in the way. Too much people on there. Okay. We're all crowding around each other. Sustain or burst damage on what?
on shielded mechs?
I think that it depends. So there's for who is that? For Brick or not Brick House? Sorry, for Juggernaut, his shield is good for I would say more like sustained damage because you rely more on his health to do the work. The burst damage is probably going to be better on someone like good thing he only took out my shield thing and not me for that. Yeah, now I got too many people shooting at me. I need to push forward. We can back up. So I think it just depends on the play style of the mech. I think that Ares is a little bit more of like a, what do you want to call that? An alpha striker. So if that's the case for him, then he's going to want or like the idea of using something that's quicker for his fire. Got him, but he got me back. Okay.
All right, so Volt Retro Games just asked in late early game, will Shadow or Guardian be better?
Guardian, I still think.
Yeah.
I still think Guardian's going to be a better mech for you overall.
But the only time Shadow is kind of good is about that time. The earlier game.
Well, he said early, so early late game.
Early late game. Yeah.
So I don't know what
So
you constitute early late game. That's what was the confusing part of it. But I still think that Guardian would be more useful for most people. It's not to say that he's bad. I just think he's the more useful one out of all those. So
in general.
Yeah. Alrighty.
All right.
That's gonna be it. I know we this ended up being longer than I thought it was gonna be, but hey, it was good to still talk about that event overall, and then you know, tack in some play, I guess. And yeah, it's still we got a lot more people who added votes. Yeah, 688 votes, and still a resounding no, 64%. Went a little bit more in the yes category than I thought it would. Actually, I thought it would stick around the same number, but yeah, still we're at a poll that says no to this event, which I would agree with. So I think it's better to just say no to this event overall if you can. So that way, you know, they hopefully get that message and we don't see an event like this again. And I really hope also above that our I keep wanting to say Loot Rush. Our Vault Blitz will go back to normal after this. I really hope it does, because if this is a sign of Vault Blitz to come, that adds less value to keys. It adds less value to keys that people try to push for tourney. It adds less value to tourney, you know, so all of that I think is just lesser value for those who regularly grind on those certain parts of this game. So I don't love the idea of that. I think it's probably a bad move. Just because,
yeah, I mean, if you lose that, you lose motivation to play at all.
Yeah, and when this event only comes up once every 3 weeks, right? So you're not getting, you're getting a chunk when you first get it, but that's only after you've already like put a lot into this and grinded a lot and gotten rid of all of your rares, and even that takes a little while, especially if you're a new player. So, you know, for it to seem like it's super easy to do, or you can game it when it only comes up once every 3 weeks, I don't see the issue here. I don't see the concern with this event giving us too many, you know, resources. I think it's all right. You know.
Can you quickly recap what changed? VP's asking what's wrong with Vault Blitz.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, because there's some people who are newer. Yeah. If you look at the top of my Vault Blitz bar, when you're at the 30-point mark and the 225 mark, that used to have, for me, it says credits now, that used to be A coins, and you could get 400 total from that. and then you have the 400 that everybody gets at the 350 mark. Once you clear out all of your rare skins, the blue skins on your mechs, that's when those change to currency values. So if you're newer to the game, you probably see 2 blue skins there that you need to win. But once you cycle out all the blue ones, that will change to currency. It used to be 8 coins, now it's only credits. And that's where the change is that is really bad to most people. Because now that that's only credits, there's a lot less value in the Vault Blitz. And less value in keys for people. So, yeah, we used to get 800 8 coins. And then if you actually got rid of all your exotics and you did that last one, that right now for me is Zephyr, you would get that as well. You get 400 from that. So you could get 1,200 total if you've cleared out all of your rares and all of your exotics. But you know what? And I didn't actually do my Vault Blitz. Just for fun.
Yeah.
Should I do that?
Do it. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
See what you get.
I'm going to do the 10s just because I like doing the 10s. And then we'll end it after that. All right. Here we go. See what I get. Credits. No big surprise there. Yeah. I only have a few exotics left in here. So I was debating if I should actually just move over to the 20s. Maybe I can do a couple 20 pulls. I don't know. What do you think, Miss Trouble? Should I have 5 in here. So the chance of getting those... Yeah, I mean, it's still over a 50% chance for credits out of this. I don't know what this one is, because I still have a lot of those to do. Yeah, the prototypes.
Wow, you have like so few skins in there.
Yeah, it's just it's mostly just these guys to do. Should I do 220s? I'm wondering if I should do 220s.
Or at least one.
Yeah. All right. I'll do one now. We'll see how I do with it, and then see if we want to do another one, because that would be the end of it if I do that. Oh, well, that cycles out another exotic at least. That's probably better, though, just to get those cleared out than it is to do 2 rolls with the 10 and most likely get credits. I mean, I'm over 50% chance of getting credits now in the middle crate, which stinks, but, you know. So I'm probably best off doing another 20 at this point. Yeah, other people are saying do 220s. I think it makes sense for me to do 220s. All right, so we're going to do one more 20. Here we go. Crossing the fingers. Knocking on wood.
Crossing mine.
Rub your lucky rabbit's foot, whatever you want to do. There. There we go, another exotic. So that means I'll have 3 left total of exotics, and then I'll have all those done. So next, hopefully, well, I don't know if it'll be next one, but soon I'm going to be done with all those, and then have all currency in my top bar for the next one when I get those 3. Because I have 3, yeah, just 3 left. But I did get the carbine skin for this guy, which has eluded me. So now I have a completely carbon hanger here now, which is fun. I do like the carbon skins. They look sweet. All right. Well,
very nice.
Yeah.
Hey, one more question.
Okay, we'll do one more question.
All right. So, Alex.
Waffles and chicken or... No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Okay, so Alex is asking... All right, gotta just scroll up. Alex Lee. Scape, what do you think is the downfall of War Robots, and do you think Mech Arena will follow the same road?
Oh, that is a good question. I do not know enough about the model of War Robots as it stands now. I played War Robots up until like 2017, which was when Clans was just getting introduced and when the game was still great. So when I left the game, I can't remember exactly why I stopped playing it. I think I just had another game I was playing at the time, so it just didn't interest me enough to stay. And I wasn't connected to any clans or anything. That being the case, it's hard for me to say what went wrong. I think the issue right now for War Robots is it has been a profit engine for them. What I constantly hear from players of that is that they would introduce new stuff, they would, get people to get it, upgrade it, use it, and then once they put it as somewhat available for everyone else, they would nerf it, and then the next big item that came in was more powerful than it, so everybody was always chasing the highest power level item, which meant they either had a gacha system or had to upgrade it and all this kind of stuff. Mech Arena so far hasn't gone that heavy into that kind of a system, but they have inklings of it, right? The Disc Launcher 8 method that they did for that, which is gacha, which, like I've said, I don't like, is what War Robots has done. I'm having trouble saying War Robots. What War Robots has done in the past, but just not as excessively and not as blatant yet. But I don't know. It depends on what they get for their metrics from this event. Is it going to be worth them doing and continue to do? And if that's the case, yeah, it's going to go down the same kind of path. It very well could. The hard thing is that War Robots has been the model for a mech-based mobile game for a long time. It's been the #1 slot. So if you're going to try to take down the king, or if you're going to try to replicate the best one, you know, that's kind of what they're doing. But you can also see how Plarium has done some things differently as they've entered in new weapons, new mechs in the past. When they brought in Redox and Surge and the Arc Turret and other stuff like that, they're not super OP weapons, not super OP mechs. Even the Disc Launcher so far, people have said it's not bad, but it's not super great. So it feels balanced in general. So I think that so far it hasn't gone down the road of dropping like super OP meta breaking stuff like War Robots has. But, you know, maybe that will change someday, and if it does, that'll be bad to see. But, yeah, I don't know. That is a long answer to a question, but it's a tough question to answer. But that's based on what I know. I'm sure guys who know War Robots better, I'll get it eventually tonight, could probably tell you more details, but that's all I can say about it from my knowledge. But that's it. Yeah. Did you have anything else to say, Miss Treble, before we sign off here? I think we're going to call it done.
Just that we're going to have our usual live stream on Saturday night, Saturday our time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
So we hope to see you guys again then.
Yep, we're still planning to do that. And once we're able to get our mic stuff and whatnot set up, we'll do a video talking about questions, the other questions you guys have for the 20K. This was not it, all right? This is just other questions related to the event and all that stuff. But we'll
and just to
eventually
mention, we're also still working on merch. We kind of had a hiccup.
Yes, we did. We're still working on it.
We had to get everything kind of approved by Mech Arena to make sure nothing was violating copyright.
Yep.
So anyway, we're working on it.
We are.
Hopefully soon.
Yep. So hopefully we'll have something like that. But if it takes a little bit longer, it may. But we'll, obviously let you guys know when that's ready so you can check it out if you want some merch. All right. But that's it for tonight. I'm glad you guys could join me. I know it was an off night, but I'm glad we got some matches in and everybody got to play and do some different stuff. Glad to see some new faces too. Hope you all have a good day, good night, and we'll see you out there on the battlefield.